Well, that's a nice one. Solemn one to invite you into the solemn mood we seem to find ourselves. And it is because we know that we're in a good place. We had a great coverage of the NPP national election for the presidential candidacy race. Ultimately, we know that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who currently is a vice president, is officially now the vice president as well as the presidential candidate-elect of the NPP. Resounding victory. Resounding victory. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to all members of his team, the regulars who usually come here already in your shows. We have Samir Uku, key member, if not, I believe, the head of that campaign. And then also Dennis Miracles Abuaje is always right on the show, battling with us on questions, etc. So we have to say congratulations to him as well for working hard to secure that slot for the vice president, presidential candidate. So now, I think for me personally, it is the race between the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and then also former President John Dramani Mahama. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning, Roland.
Why are you leaving Butterfly out?
He's looking well.
Why is he leaving Butterfly out?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I call Alan Tremantin as the disruptor.
Yeah.
Because, you know, during the weekend, he had events in Kumasi. He's had a lineup of events over the last week.
Yes.
And then in December, he has another one as well. Quite interesting.
Very interesting one, with a lot of yellow butterflies all over the place as well. Quite some numbers, yes, that he pulled at his event. But, I mean, most importantly, yes, we're talking about the NPP electing their flag bearer and the fact that the president insisted that he has one more job to do, and that's to ensure that the NDC does not come to power in 2024, especially under the leadership of former President John Dramani Mahama. It's definitely an election to watch. I'm quite interested. I'm interested, especially in the northern factor and how that is also going to play out, because we have two sons of the soil who will be battling, you know, for that leadership position. So it will be an interesting one. Let's see how it goes. But kudos to the team here at Media General. Yourself, of course, who was on the ground throughout. I know it was very hot as well.
And yourself too.
Thank you. Of course, now I was on air, but kudos to the entire team. I'm just saying you because you were, you know, under the sun, the whole day, and even up until the point where the flag bearer was revealed to the rest of us. So great job on the
and he stayed through the speech as well.
Yes, that was quite a long one.
That was a long one.
I thought the vice president's speech was long.
It was
but I think
perhaps
I'm sure he was trying to send a message. So.
I think you know that the declaration was supposed to be done much earlier.
Yeah.
We expected it to be done much earlier in the evening, not so late. So perhaps the speech would have sat well at that time of day, around 5 p.m. when we were expecting it. But at 8 p.m. it felt rather long. But all in all, it was a very well conducted election. There were very few instances of confusion. We didn't hear any bad news, and that's, I think, is something that we should commend the EC and the NPP for conducting themselves very well. This is, I think, the second time we're going to have a vice president who's also flag bearer. I believe the first time was Atta Mills in 2000.
There was Atta Mills, then we had John
Dramani Mahama.
Okay, so this is the third. This is the third time.
This is the third time.
And I'm curious to see how that will play in our governance. We have exactly 13 months to elections, and with the campaigning going on, well, the campaigning has begun. A lot of people from the Ken Ejapon faction, or perhaps I don't know if I should say they're from the Ken faction, but on social media, on Saturday, I was doing a lot of reviews on what people were saying on social media. And I found it interesting that people were calling for Bawumia to consider Ken Ejapon as his running mate, because pulling the percentage of votes that he pulled, they believe that a lot of the party faithfuls are backing Ken Ejapon. And it's important not to ignore the weight he carries in this race. I think that would be interesting. I wonder if it's something that the Bawumia camp would consider, running with Ken. But it was nice to see Ken shake hands with Bawumia and immediately accept the results of the elections and call it fair. That was nice to see. It's one thing that a lot of people were looking out for, especially after that signing of the agreements to accept the results at the end of the day and also continue to back the party. So I think Ken did very well, the way he conducted himself after the results were announced.
Well, I think there's something that the Vice President also made mention of that I think also is very comforting, that he wants everyone to come on board to help in the campaign. And I think that the icing on the cake really is the presence of Kennedy Agyapong. You could see that it was quite a rapturous welcome for him.
It was.
When ahead of him, we had the current Deputy Majority Leader, Afenyo Makin, also coming in, and later Kennedy Agyapong also walking in. It also shows that he's ready to make sure that he puts the party together. And we don't have to kid ourselves. A lot of things haven't been going on well with the party. If everything was well, Alan Chermante won't leave. But there's one thing that's very certain. They've made a decision. And the presence of Kennedy Agyapong at that event also signifies that he's ready to help the current leadership, of course, with the flag bearer or the presidential candidate, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, to be able to foster everybody together. So we'll see how that goes for the election. The thing about Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is that, you know, because the white man brought the internet, a lot of the things he started saying from 2008 will come back to haunt him. So, for example, if he comes to speak to us, there's no way, like the way we had interactions with Alan Chermante, Kennedy Agyapong won't play back his speeches. Data also is very much available due to all of us getting available literature. And so we'll be comparing what he said he'll do, what hasn't been done, and what could be done better. So then the voters will make their choice. I mean, really, that's what the campaign is going to be about.
But then again, I'm also very curious as to how voters are going to react to a possible collaboration between Dr. Bawumia and Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, especially after the things that he said, you know, during the campaign season ahead of the national election. He did throw the ruling government under the bus. He said some very serious things. Exactly. And so if you see, and I noticed what people were saying on social media as well when they were talking about that possible collaboration, because he said it would be very hypocritical of Honorable Kennedy Agyapong to team up with Dr. Bawumia, especially after he said all those things and talked about the failures of the government and how they are spending the money, not creating jobs, etc. It will be an interesting run. I was quite impressed as well that he even made a show, because a lot of people were wondering if he was going to come. It took him a while to make an appearance at the stadium. So when I saw him, I was like, okay, yes, that's good. And then he said it was fair. And I said, okay, no showdown today. Interesting, because everybody was looking forward to that showdown. Well, but there's an interesting tweet. Let me just go through that from Professor Kobe Mensah, who's a political marketing and communication expert. And he put this out just after the results were announced. He says, "Don't hurry to celebrate. Bawumia's 61% is a coalition vote of the power bases of Nanado and Bawumia. The question is, how much of the 61% is Bawumia's own contribution of the coalition? Does that affect his legitimacy? How about that of Kennedy Agyapong?" And that's also another leg of a conversation that people are having on social media, that it looked as if the entire you know, leadership of the party was behind Dr. Bawumia. It looked as if. And if you're in there, of course, you understand the dynamics. But Ken seemed to have done this on his own, and he was able to still garner 37.41%. That is no mean feat. And so for Dr. Bawumia, if he had stood on his own just like Ken, would he have garnered that 61%? And what does it send? What kind of communication are the party delegates sending to the rest of Ghanaians about who they really wanted or who they think can run the party as well? So a collaboration won't be bad, but let's see. And
a collaboration won't be bad, especially now, because now that the primaries are over and a presidential candidate has been elected by the NPP, now more than ever, it's important for the party to show a united front, to show that they're united as a party and they're ready to lead if they're given the mandate to lead in 2024. So a collaboration would, among other things, show us that the party is united. Because as it stands now, with all the things that Ken has said, like you mentioned, and all the things, accusations, allegations back and forth, it still appears as if, you know, they are not on the same page. So a collaboration between the two will show that they are united as a party and they are ready to lead. So, well, it will be interesting. We look forward to seeing or hearing what will happen next. But we have a caller on the line.
No, we're opening.
We're activating the phone lines.
Exactly.
Okay. We're activating the phone lines now.
All right.
We'd like to hear from you.
So later on, we'll have Johnny's Bites, and of course, we'll have big issues as well. So we're having Felix Kwachiofosu, an aide to former President John Dramani Mahama in the studio. Also, the parliamentary candidate for Abrase Bukwamankese constituency for the NDC. And then also we're going to have Andre Japamesa, Deputy Energy Minister and currently Member of Parliament for 2nd D. So we're going to have some showdown this morning. It's a post-showdown conversation following that election. And now we have a caller.
Yes, we have our first caller on the line calling us from Tamale. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. What's your name?
My name is Umar Farouk Sabwengira from Tamale.
You're welcome to the show, sir. So tell us, yes, what are your thoughts about the elections on Saturday and matters arising?
Well, Saturday was a very, a lovely day for the Elephant Party.
Okay.
And I'm proud to be one of the strong members of NPP. And you see something, we, the young guys, particularly in Northern Territory, we are much grateful and want to prove to the whole world that come 2024, what happened 2015 and 2020 will be more than that.
What happened?
The vote, the campaign, the energy that everybody put together to give NPP victory will be more than that. The unity of NPP is very important. And I want to appeal to all the leadership of NPP from today to 2014. They should start engaging the grassroots. In fact, there is a little bit of misunderstanding between the top and the down. And if the leadership is able to settle that issues, 2024 will be walkover. So I want to appeal to the leadership of the party. They should start their best and engage the party grassroots. They are the very people. They are doing the campaign more than the constituency, more than the regional, more than the national.
Okay.
And they have more ideas that can put on the table, and it will help the party.
All right. Thank you so much for that call. You can also call us. The number is on the screen, and that caller was calling on the leadership of the party to engage the grassroots now more than ever because they know what the people want. What do you think? Call us now. The number is on the screen. Also remember that you can cash out this morning by dialing *439#. You can win 1,000 Ghana cedis. Simple this morning. So dial now *439# and cash out from us to you. But after the elections on Saturday, if you followed, what are your thoughts about it? Are you happy with the results? Are you happy with how things went? What's your biggest takeout? Do you believe that the NPP is ready to be given the mandate, if they get it, to lead the country come 2024? Call us now and let us know what your thoughts are on the matter.
Let me come in with a major concern. And if you listen to delegates in Siame, we have a caller. Okay, well, let's go to a caller first and then we'll come back to that. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning. I know you're calling us from Kufuria. What's your name, sir?
Yeah, my name is Abdul Salam.
Hi, welcome. So are you happy with the results? And do you think that the NPP is ready to take over power or to continue reigning here in Ghana? Are you there?
Yeah, hello.
Okay. Did you hear my question? Hello? Your line is bad. We can barely hear you, so please call us back. But what I was talking about in Siame, so William Evans Inkum had reported that out of the 1,104 delegates who were expected to vote, 284 of them refused to vote because they had not received their transportation. Yes. They had not received monies that were promised to them. You go to Ladade Kotopon, and in fact, there were videos where they were boldly saying it on air that they were supposed to receive some money, allegedly from Honorable Kennedy Ejapon. They didn't get it. Some of them got it from Dr. Baumian. So they were even switching camps. There were some who even said that, yes, they expected more from Dr. Bawumia because he is part of the ruling government. Well, let's pick a caller now. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you, sir, for calling us. And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Tamale. I'm Malik Goza calling from Tamale.
You're welcome. Talk to us.
Yes, I just want to use this opportunity to thank the elephant family and wish them good luck in their time. But however, I have a suggestion that I want to make.
Okay.
Because if they have chosen Bawumia to be a running mate, I think they have to work hard. If you look at maybe his own utterances that he made for the past, his own shadow will definitely chase him. So they have a lot of work to do. If they didn't go that, your mama, I can tell you that if, what do we call it, NPP, it is going to be very hard for them to even get up to 45% in the 2024 general election. So they still have more to do. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. He says that if they don't fix their problems, it will be difficult to even get 45%.
Well, I think when you listen to Sami Uku and then Dennis Miracle Tabuaje, who has been, or who are the two who have been interfacing with the media, particularly for Dr. Bawumia, unlike the other candidates who avail themselves for media interactions. They say that it's a long way to the election on December 7. And so by those times, the indicators of the economy or the parameters by which voters will judge Dr. Bawumia would have improved. I don't know whether
by the next 1 year.
Sure.
I see.
Johnson from Adenta. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for calling us, Johnson. Wait, talk to us. What exactly do you make of the elections on Saturday?
Hello?
Can you hear us? Hello, Johnson.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
talk
Johnson.
to us.
Yes, I'm calling from Adenta. I want to contribute to the program.
Please go ahead.
Yes. I want to congratulate Bawumia for what he has done. And we are going to support him. That will give us a new face, a new vision, and we believe that he's the one who can carry the country along and continue Akufo-Addo's work. The Agenda 111, if he couldn't finish, we know Bawumia will do it. And it's good for Ghana.
Okay.
And his vision, the digitalization, the way we'll be doing the country, we know he's the one that can take the country forward.
Okay.
And I heard a worker talking about you play his videos, the things he tell us, and you do this and you couldn't do. So I'm telling him, if you try and play Bama tools, what he said to us during 2008, he said he's going to give us money in our pocket. Later he told us that he's not a magician.
Okay.
And governor, you can't take 4 years to govern Ghana. So he should play those things too.
So do you honestly think
you play Bawumia's own and leave Mama's own? Mama want to, we will force him to play that one too. So you compare. If somebody is not a magician,
I like that you brought the issue of comparison.
Now he's coming back. What is he coming to do?
So do you think that Dr. Bawumia
he'll be a vice president. Bawumia has been a vice president. He's not the president.
Okay, we hear you. I don't think I should even continue with my question. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for calling us. But well, whoever comes, we're still going to play videos of things they've said, just so they can respond to it. We have to hold them to account, and that's exactly what we do on this platform. But I was just talking about the allegations of vote buying, and for me, that was a major problem, because you ask yourself the question, are people really voting based on who is competent enough? And it's not just the NPP. Even before that, when you look at the NDC primaries, etc., there was a candidate who decided to go back for the bicycles that she had given because she did not win. And so then there's some form of inducement, and you wonder if there are some delegates who decide. Unfortunately for the rest of us, we can only vote based on who the delegates decide on in their party. Are they really deciding on the person that is competent enough? Or is it about who pays more or who pays the most? And that is where the major challenge is. We can act like ostriches whether we like it or not, but it is a very visible problem, and nobody seems to want to address it because it's become the norm. Delegates are demanding it, candidates are paying because they know that's all they want.
There was a time when all of these things were shrouded in secrecy. It was done behind the scenes, behind closed doors. But this time around, delegates were actually facing the camera, granting interviews to journalists and saying it. And I thought that your conversation with Ayikwe Otu was also interesting when he spoke about the fact that it's all about the money, that whoever has the bigger bank account or has money to roll out to give to delegates or to use for the campaign is the person who's going to win at the end of the day. But we have another call on the line. No, we're crossing over to Johnny, right?